seconds. 2 Raptors, full stealth, full loadout, no mercy. The Pakistani jet wasn't even supposed to be armed. It was flying routine patrol, a dot on the radar, miles from home. Just another blip in the sky. But something went wrong the moment the Raptors locked on. Not with the jet, with the plan. Because what happened next didn't just rewrite the rules of engagement. It humiliated the most advanced fighters on Earth. Ever seen a jet outnumbered, outgunned, and still walk away the last one flying? They were never supposed to meet. The skies over the Arabian Sea were calm, clear, and politically charged. A perfect theater for quiet warnings disguised as exercises. NATO had scrambled 2 F-22 Raptors from a forward carrier group in the Indian Ocean. Officially, it was a routine air presence patrol. Unofficially, it was a show of dominance. Pakistan's jet wasn't part of the game. It was a single aircraft, flying a declared maritime surveillance path near contested waters. Slow, high, and predictable. Exactly the kind of flight path that usually got ignored. But not today, because someone, somewhere, flagged it. And 2 Raptors were sent. High command on both sides would later argue whether it was a mistake or a provocation. But in the moment, the logic was cold. 2 fifth-generation fighters would swing down low, light up the target, and send a message: stay out of the zone. The Pakistani pilot never even received a warning. He'd been in the air for 40 minutes, relaxed, eyes scanning radar returns, sipping warm tea from a thermos wedged into his console. The aircraft, a locally upgraded Block 3 JF-17, call sign Falcon 1, outdated by Western standards, not stealthy, not fast, not even close to a match for the Raptors. But the pilot, that's where things got complicated. His name was never released. NATO's final report redacted it. Pakistani media called him Raz, the secret. Rumors said he wasn't just a test pilot. Some whispered he was embedded in a classified AI human fusion trial. Others claimed he was part of a shadow unit answering to no official branch. All anyone knew for sure is that he saw them first. At 58,000 feet and climbing, the Raptors coasted in silently. No afterburners, no chatter. Their radar profiles nearly invisible. No weapons lock yet, just positioning. But 70 miles out, Falcon 1 banked. Not a casual turn. A hard vector shift toward open sky. Almost like it had sensed something. The Raptor pilots took note. Maybe the Pakistani radar had glitched a return. Or maybe the pilot just got nervous. Either way, they accelerated. Altitude dropped. Angle adjusted. The hunt began. What the Raptors didn't know was that their every move was being mirrored. Every arc, every speed change, every millisecond of hesitation. Falcon 1 wasn't running. It was pulling them in. The Raptors should have had him cold. 60,000 feet above the sea, their systems lit up with precision. Infrared scans, EM sweeps, data link overlays. Everything pointed to one outcome: a quick intercept, a visual ID, and a silent escort out of the zone. But the moment the F-22s tightened formation, their feeds began to break rhythm. It started small. An infrared flicker, a delay in velocity projection. Then, nothing. Falcon 1 vanished. Reacquire target. The Raptor leader's voice was calm, clipped. No panic, just procedure. His HUD read 0 lock. The ghost blip that had been Falcon 1 shimmered, then disappeared entirely. Stealth tech? Impossible. The JF-17 was decades behind. No RAM coding, no internal bays, no serious ECM package. And yet, The Pakistani jet was gone. The wingman broke right. The lead dove lower. Radar swept wide. Still no ping. But somewhere below, the Pakistani pilot was watching everything. Because Falcon 1 wasn't flying solo anymore. Not really. The aircraft was equipped with something experimental, not visible, not acknowledged. Pakistani defense analysts had hinted at a new echo-canceling radar array developed with Chinese and Turkish AI labs. It didn't jam enemy sensors. It didn't hide the jet. It tricked them. Each time the Raptors pinged for a return, they didn't see where the jet was. They saw where it had been, milliseconds ago. And at Mach 1.4, milliseconds meant miles. High above, the Raptors looped, confused but disciplined. This had to be a technical error. Their systems were flawless. The target must have dropped altitude fast or pulled into sea clutter. But then it happened again. The radar ping returned to shape. They moved to intercept. And when they got there, empty sky. Nothing but the shimmer of heat, waves, and quiet. That's when the F-22s broke silence. Falcon 1, this is Echo Lead. Identify yourself and state intent. No response. Falcon 1, you are being intercepted under international protocol. Respond now. Still nothing. But deep in his cockpit, Raz was reading them loud and clear. His systems showed their vector, their altitude, even their weapon bay activity. He waited, then flicked a switch that wasn't standard on any known JF-17. The targeting HUD activated, not on his helmet, but across the cockpit's main panel. A new interface, triangular in design, unlike anything seen in standard avionics. 3 colored arcs, 2 blinking dots. Raptors didn't hesitate. Their doctrine was clear. If a non-communicative aircraft evaded multiple hails in contested airspace, escalation was authorized, especially when the target actively masked radar detection. Echo Lead armed his AM-120D. Quiet lock, no heat signature, just one press away from Sendi, and $39 million of guided justice screaming across the sky. He didn't get the chance. Because just before launch, his warning panel lit up. Not red, green. That didn't make sense. Green wasn't a threat color. Green was internal, friendly, system normal. Then his radar glitched, and the HUD displayed a warning he'd never seen. Position compromised, counterlock detected. What counterlock? The F-22 was supposed to be untouchable. Its radar cross-section smaller than a metal marble. No heat trail, no electronic profile. But somehow, Falcon 1 had a weapons-grade lock on Echo Lead from below. And then it shifted. The Pakistani jet hadn't just locked on. It had maneuvered. From 38,000 feet, Falcon 1 pulled a full negative G split S. A suicidal dive on paper. Impossible for the airframe. But Raz wasn't flying on paper. He punched past Mach 1.6 in descent, letting gravity and velocity arc him just below the cloud floor. The Gs should have blacked him out. But onboard biometrics adjusted in real time, feeding oxygen, blood flow modifiers, even cockpit pressure through a classified neural response system. Raz didn't pass out. He smiled. Echo 2 tried to match the dive. No chance. His angle was too steep. His systems overshot the vector. Falcon 1 reappeared on both Raptor radars, directly behind Echo Lead. The unthinkable had happened. An old-gen Pakistani jet had outflanked the most advanced fighter in the world. And it had a tone lock. The tone is the last thing a pilot hears before death in air combat. That long, steady beep confirming a missile solution is perfect. Echo Lead went full defensive. Chaff burst. Flares dropped. He rolled inverted, jinking left, spiraling out of the threat box. But the lock held. Back in Falcon 1, Roz didn't fire. He didn't have to, because that tone told the Raptor pilot everything he needed to know. You're already dead. The Raptors broke formation. Defensive postures, fuel wasting, target lost. And above them, somewhere, the training jet climbed back into the sky. Untouched. This wasn't an encounter. It was a demonstration. Back at the NATO command deck aboard the carrier Valiant Dawn, confusion was turning into alarm. Echo lid disengaged? Sir, we've lost their feed. What do you mean, lost? Did they lose telemetry? No, sir, they lost control. The room went silent. Screens showed looping data. 2 Raptors entering a control wedge, then nothing but empty air. And a ghost. The Pakistani dot they'd marked as a harmless recon patrol, now sitting above both F-22s in a position of air dominance. One NATO analyst leaned back and whispered, "That jet's not on any playbook." They were right. Roz hadn't just escaped. He'd seized the sky. At 44,000 feet, Falcon 1 made a wide sweep over the disrupted Raptors. No weapons fired, no evasive moves, just a single deliberate roll, inverted, passing between the 2 jets like a knife slicing arrogance. The gesture wasn't random. It was a message. From within Falcon 1, new systems came online. Passive radar mapping, neural threat anticipation overlays, part of what the ISI had codenamed Shaheen protocols. These were AI-coupled combat assist modules designed to predict adversary maneuvers before they executed. Not in theory, in real time. While the F-22s were still debating how to regroup, Falcon 1 was already calculating their next 10 seconds. Roz marked one target, broke left. Echo 2 locked again, reflexively. Wrong move. The moment the Raptor committed, Falcon 1 slammed the air brake, kicked yaw, and rolled directly into the lock cone. A maneuver so aggressive it nearly tore the JF-17's stabilizers clean off. But in exchange, Roz gained what no Pakistani jet had ever earned. A clean shot on a live F-22, twice. No missile fired. Again. Instead, Roz triggered the training system's dummy code. It pinged both Raptor cockpits and the carrier with a simulated kill log. The Raptors hadn't just lost the dogfight. They were both down. The NATO carrier bridge erupted. "No way that's valid. He didn't fire." "It's a passive kill protocol. Visual solution confirmed by telemetry. We just got checkmated." One British officer shook his head, stunned. "We built the F-22 to be a ghost, and that thing just saw straight through it." Back in the sky, Falcon 1 peeled off calmly. Systems resetting, wings steady. Roz didn't speed off. He lingered, gliding through international airspace like a shark showing its fin. Then, radio crackled. 4 words, calm and clear. "That was your warning." And he was gone. The debrief room was cold, too cold for a group sweating from shock. NATO's top brass gathered, projecting every frame of the encounter on massive screens. Twice, 2 F-22 Raptors had faced off against what was officially a training jet. Twice, the Raptors had lost control, been outmaneuvered, and declared down in a simulated kill exchange. Questions swirled like storm clouds. How could a single outdated JF-17 outsmart 5th-generation stealth fighters designed to dominate the skies? What technology did that jet have, and where did it come from? More importantly, what did this mean for the future of air warfare? Military analysts debated fiercely. Some argued it was a software glitch in the Raptor's systems, a rare but plausible anomaly. Others whispered about advanced electronic warfare modules secretly tested in that Pakistani jet. a fusion of AI and pilot instinct that NATO had never anticipated. But no one could deny one fact. Underestimating a training jet had almost cost the Alliance two of its most prized assets. Back on the other side, inside a modest hangar nestled in a desert base, Raz removed his helmet. His eyes were calm but tired, not cocky, not celebratory. He knew this was more than a mission. It was a message, one that echoed far beyond the skies above. The encounter had rewritten the rules of engagement. It showed that technology alone